the only person that's going to give you permission to shine your light is you. You don't need to externalize that. You don't need to seek that from other people. You just need to give yourself that permission that you have wants and needs and values, and those are valid to have because you have your own life. You don't have to live for other people, again, if you don't want to. So again, we go back to choice. You can follow that path if you want to, but we got to look at what are the pros and cons of following through with this people-pleasing habit that's hindering maybe your internal power, the life that you really want to create and manifest for yourself. All right, so I talked a little bit about guilt, and I want to normalize guilt very strongly because we're going to start to feel guilty when we're working on change, when we're working on establishing new ways of being, where we're breaking free from unhealthy habits of people-pleasing, when we're learning to set boundaries, when we're learning to set assertiveness skills. Guilt starts to manifest because we're essentially stepping into a new version of ourselves, and back to that fear, we got to look at what is fueling that guilt. Is it how people are going to perceive me? Is there a belief system I shouldn't be doing this, or I shouldn't be shining my light? Like, we got to look at what is fueling the feeling of guilt. But like I said, I want to normalize guilt because it is something that will show up for some people. So let's go into some strategies of how to heal the guilt that's going to maybe show up as you're stepping into this new version of yourself where you're not living for other people. Okay, first, we got to look at reframing negative thoughts. Reminding yourself that your self-care is not selfish, it's vital and important. So back to that bucket analogy. We cannot give to other people, if that's how we want to show up and be in the world, if our cup is empty. Reframing those negative thoughts, that is, if we're charging and taking care of ourselves, we're fueling ourselves so that we can give more to other people. Another common analogy I like to use with this is that every night, most people, they plug in their phones so it's charging throughout the night. Why do we do that? We want our phone to be functioning for the next day. We want it to be charged and fully present. So why do we give our phones more value and worth than we do ourselves? We need to also charge ourselves and fill that bucket back up. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us, that we're bad, that we need to feel guilty about that. It's a human necessity to be able to recharge and recoup. Taking a break, taking a nap, doing what we need for ourselves is okay. And that doesn't mean that we're not good enough. Whatever narrative, negative thought can start to spiral from that. It's just that we're human beings and we're not machines, and that it's okay for us to bring in what fuels us.